So, this could be a little rough, because this area over here is where a number of those enemies are. This is, of course, the Tierna Scythe area. This is usually where some world quest happens, and there's some nasty enemies in this area. So, I actually did consider just doing this off camera, expecting it was going to be rough, but then Tiernak showed up here, and I realized, oh, maybe he'll actually have some things to say while we're doing this. And I figured, you know, I was thinking in my head, okay, what's one of the fastest ways I could do this? Well, one of the quick ways to get back here is, of course, with my Hearthstone, which is still on cooldown for another 8 minutes. But if we want to go to Alexstrasza, probably one of the fastest ways to do that is to just... I can either use my Dalaran Hearthstone or use the Dreamway. And then I can... If I use my Dalaran Hearthstone, I can go to Orgrimmar and then take the portal that we have there to the Twilight Highlands, and then just kind of go from there. This is also one of the other issues about getting to this little area here. At times, it feels a little like, uh-oh, you know, like, how do I get to there from here? You know, like, can I sneak by through here or something, possibly? Is that possible? Hold on. I, of course, am a little smaller when I go to this form. Let's see. Alright, so I can kind of sneak into this area here. But here's the other thing, is that you've got some of these other enemies here that are elites. Like that Deranged Guardian there is an elite. That's going to be rough. Oh, we already got 42. See, I'm hoping Tiernax brings a lot of damage. That seems unfair. He's just kind of sitting up there.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
There we go. Alright. Now here comes the fun part. Trying to get out of here. This is why I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sacrifice some speed to stealth, because look at this area. This place gets so dangerous. Okay, I think we are in the clear now. Alright, now let's go get that book. So I could probably go to Hibernal Hollow and then go over there. By the way, there's something else about this upcoming part where we go see Alexstrasza that I found out about that's unique for a specific class. I will share that when we get there. But I think I had mentioned this before, that it wouldn't have surprised me if there was going to be a point where we were going to be able to actually go to Alex Straza, is who I was hinting at, and be able to perhaps let her know that Ysera is okay. I mean, she's bound here, so she's probably never going to come back to Azeroth, but she's okay. You know, it's not like she's in any danger of dying like she was earlier. I mean, yes, I know you could say she's technically dead, but in a way she's kind of not anymore. She was, but now she's not, but she can't come back. You know, whatever you want to, you know. The point is that she's not gone permanently like she was going to be. Before we convince the Winter Queen to save her. I'm sure that letting Alex Strazen know that will probably bring a good amount of comfort. Because that dragon has been through a lot. You just think about all that's happened to Alex Straza over her lifetime. She's gone through a lot. So she could use some good news right now, because she lost who knows how many of her kin long ago. And then, of course, the events of Cataclysm were just devastating for her. Losing her consort, who was, like, effectively, her husband and such. And losing, I believe it was her son, who helped us out against, what's her name? The Bastion of Twilight raid. Oh. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to figure out how to get into this area here. Oh, hey, Tiernax. Alright, let me figure out what I'm doing here before I actually share what I'm talking about here. Deep underground. Oh. Hello, Darkworn Matriarch. Alright, well, give me a moment to focus on this before I talk more about Alex Straza. Because we'll probably hearth back to Azeroth after this. Okay, that... Okay, will you leave me alone, little larvas? Surprisingly, the Gorn Matriarch's digestive juices have not had much effect on the book's protections. Alright. Let's head on back to Azeroth, shall we? I don't believe there is a Dreamway portal back to the Twilight Highlands, so I have to take the one in Orgrimmar. I just realized I'm hearthing back to Dalaran, so it's going to take a moment for it to load. Because, of course, it's Dalaran. There we go. I always love this. Whenever I go to the flight form, it does this "I'm running in air" thing. Look at this. Whee! I'm running in air! Because it's having trouble loading and rendering the owl form that I'm using. You know, the lunar owl thing from Legion? Yeah. It's just a funny little visual, seeing me running on air. I'm just like, what am I doing? Why am I running on air? Is that what flying is now? We run on air? That was even a joke I saw in the Dead Zone DBZ abridged movie. The abridged version of the Dead Zone movie that the guys at Team 4-Star did, where Piccolo sees the minions of Garlic Jr. coming to attack him, but they're doing this thing where they're running on air, and he even says, "Wait, are they running on air? That's ridiculous. We can fly. Why would they run on air?" it was just such a hilarious little like acknowledgement, because it's like, yeah. Same thing here. You can see it just shows me running fast instead of in my cat form, because it's trying to load the area and thus also taking its time to actually load my form. There we go. So, as I was saying, in the heroic version of Bastion of Twilight, we faced Sinestra. And we got aid from... what was his name? Kalen. Kalen, that's who it was. And I think he was... if my memory recalls correctly, he was Alex Strauss's son, or at least one of her sons. One of the things that we learned was the amount of different eggs and such from the Red Dragonflight. How many of those were Alex Strauss's, I'm not entirely sure, but it was something that Deathwing was actually trying to really push forward and,
What do you
force from both Alex Strauss and Ysera. And yeah, I don't have that Flight Master there unlocked because I haven't done the questing in this area on this character, so... it's kind of annoying that you can't really have that Flight Master there unlocked until you do the questing in this zone on every character, so... but yeah, you can see there's the raid right over there, so... I will say that at first I didn't quite like this form, but it's grown on me. There was also this bug that used to happen with this form, where it was basically like this on top of another form, so it would kind of have this strange little bug thing when you would demorph out of it, or even if you log out while you're in this form. Ignore the tentacles over there. Those aren't important, just ignore that. But yeah, it's kind of growing on me. I also found out is that I believe you can actually use this to kind of carry people around, which is one of the reasons why I thought about just simply using this one instead of like a glyph or another form, because I like the idea of using this to carry around other players, in case I want to carry around some friends. I mean, I've got the Sandstone Drake thing, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I just kind of thought the idea of this was kind of cool. So, we've got Vortistraws over here. Cetrastraza is over here. Nostrazaz is over here. Some other people here that were part of the questing over here. There's Kalen. There he is right there. There's Lyrastraza. Hey, Kalen. So yeah, it's still the dialogue from, Cataclysm, talking about Deathwing, so... There's even a Flight Master right over here, actually. Can I actually unlock this?
Need help?
Chorastraza. Nope.
Go with honor.
No, I think this is another one where it's like, nope, you have to do the questing if you want to be able to unlock that. Tetrastraza. And there she is. Alexstrasza, the Queen of Dragons. Hey, Alexstrasza.
The balance must be maintained.
Hello, Druid. What brings you here? Explain the situation to Alexstrasza and request a token of lost love. So yeah, Ysera's okay. I just want you to know that. Your sister's okay.
All life is worth saving. Ysera, it brightens my heart to know her death was not an end, but a new beginning.
She takes a moment.
We were sisters, hatched from the same clutch, inseparable since birth. Ysera speaks of Corialstras, whom I loved dearly, but I loved none more than her. She gave me a gift when we first became aspects. Take it with you, and save your friend. And Champion, please tell my sister that she is sorely missed, fondly remembered, and deeply loved.
I will. A small carving of Ysera. Rough edges smoothed by time and handling. The ancient wood carving has been preserved by high-quality protection spells. So there's something I have to share with you guys that I found out that I thought was very interesting. So, I think this is the quest, if I'm not mistaken. There could possibly be another quest, but I think this might be the quest here. This is different if you come here to do this quest on a death knight. I don't believe there's anything different on any other class for this quest except Death Knight. Why? Well, if you have seen my Death Knight playthrough, you may remember that there was a quest we did in Legion as a Death Knight, where the Lich King wanted us to go find the remains of this dragon that he sensed far off, but he didn't know, or rather, we didn't know what was going on. So he sent us to Dragonblight to try and find out more information. They wouldn't tell us. They even kicked us out. So the Lich King tells us to go into the Ruby Sanctum and get the information we need about it, since they refuse to tell us. He even gives us the choice to either spare every red dragon in there or kill them all. The choice is yours, as he says. And, well, obviously, as I said, the choice is up to the player how many, if any, of the red dragons they actually kill. Believe it or not, there was actually a feat of strength back when it first came out for you to kill every single red dragon in there. And the Lich King would say, "You are empty inside, just like me." Yeah, anyways, so you find the information, you go out to this exclusive area that was made only for that quest, and you find the remains of a long-dead red dragon. And you raise it to be your new mount. Needless to say, this puts the Death Knights on extremely bad terms with the Red Dragonflight, including Alexstrasza. So when you come here as a Night Fae Death Knight, she is not happy to see you. She is very, very, angry seeing you show up, to the point where she is, almost ready to kill you on the spot. You tell her the quest, and she's willing to help, but she's reluctant because it's you. Yeah, the dialogue here is very different, where you can tell she's holding herself back from killing you on the spot. I even found out that if you actually, as a Death Knight, hop on that mount you got, she will actually react to you doing that. She will look at you and just kind of give you this look like, how dare you get on that thing in front of me? Now, I know that, I like that because it's such a great way to acknowledge the continuity of you actually doing that. And it's I like things that are exclusive to certain either class or races or combinations of such that you can only experience if you do that. That alone made me actually want to experience what this is like, making one of my Death Knights join the Night Fae and doing this quest, just so I could be able to perhaps see it or even show you guys on camera. Maybe I will someday, who knows. But when I found out about that, I thought that was actually a really cool way to acknowledge what happened, because there should be animosity between the Red Dragons and the Death Knights after what happened, especially your character. Now, at the time, it also made sense that, the third Lich King, aka Bolvar, would have a bone to pick with Alexstrasza. I've even been looking forward to seeing whether or not Bolvar, as he is now, would actually encounter and talk with Alexstrasza at this point, perhaps wanting to vent a little bit about, even though she kind of saved his life, she also turned him into what he is now. So, he's perhaps a little resentful at that. But anyways, it's just a cool little exclusive thing that only Night Fae Death Knights can experience in this game that I thought was really cool, especially if you have done that quest to actually have that mount, and actually using the mount actually causes an actual reaction from an NPC, which is not something you usually get all that often in this game. It's really cool when something like that is actually in the game. So, I just wanted to share that. Anyways. But yeah, it's nice to be able to come here and let her know. I mean, yeah, we are here asking for her help, but at the same time, it's nice that we can even also let her know that her sister is okay. Because, as I said, Alexstrasza has lost a lot. She's lost a husband, she's lost a son, she's lost a whole bunch of her flight,
every occasion.
And she lost her sister. Because I'm sure when she found out what happened to Ysera and Legion, I'm sure she was devastated. And so for us to finally give her some good news after all this time, after she's lost so much, that's nice to know. So let's let Ysera know.
My long slumber has ended.
This figurine, I've not seen it since... I gave this to her when we first became aspects. Our duties would draw us apart for the first time in our lives. To know that she's kept it all this time, she wipes her eyes. We will put it to good use.
Ardenweald will survive the drought.
That's
This
sweet.
I swear.
What can I do for you?
Oh, I just realized we, gotta go talk to Vesperbloom first.
Tell me how I can help.
I was able to recover your book.
You're never alone in the forest. The Gore will eat anything, won't they?
Apparently.
Anyway, the secret's all yours. Just make sure no one reads it aloud.
She rips out a page and then rolls it into a sealed scroll. Sealed, so it cannot be read aloud.
You could probably use a little help, huh?
By the way, I wonder how Alexstrasza reacted to the news that we have been in the Shadowlands all this time. And she's like, wait, what? And we just tell her everything that's happened. She's like, oh my goodness. Like, we recap everything that we have done since Ice Crown at the beginning of this expansion. She's just like, wow. That's a lot. Phew, this page. It's seen sights that no one should ever see. You have no idea how tempted I am to open this and read it. Let's hurry up and create this counter curse.
Is that all?
Ha! That'll teach those Spriggans. You mess with the Mist Runner, you get the magical horn. Now we have the anima that we need, and conveniently it's already attuned to the bad attitude of the one who cast the curse.
I can't wait to see
You have all the regions for the counter curse. Hurry up and cast it before Kadarin's soul is lost and Tyrnax refuses to help you, and Tyrande is doomed to die horribly in the maw, and everyone is sad. But no pressure. Moonberry. So we get the branches. We get, the equine soul. So this will, so I can be able to use this to change my soul shape. That's cool. And renown.
Okay, everyone. Let's
The
break
wheel
this
owes
curse.
you a great debt. Hail, hero of Azeroth. What happened? Kadar. Think alone it worked. Greetings.
Were it not for your aid, Kadarin's soul would have been lost forever. I can do no less than offer my aid in return.
I know not if the Night Warrior's fate can be averted, but I will do all that I can to aid you.
Thank you, Theonax. And you, Kadarin. You are fortunate to have each other.
Yes, we are.
I could have sworn I heard them say Tiernax earlier, and then I hear Chandra say Fearnax. It gets so frustrating trying to learn how to pronounce the names when you hear the characters say it differently, and this happens all the time. It's like with Danath Trollbane. I've heard them say Danath, and I've heard them say Danath. It's like, can the characters please make up their mind how the names are supposed to be pronounced? The equine soul is free-spirited and loyal. The shape of a horned horse will be yours to call upon. So now we can take this over here.
Do you hear that?
I just realized this is Lady Mun. Majestic shape certain is now yours, should you choose to use it.
Until next time, our spirits will endure.
Whoops.
Welcome to the forest. May you find respite here.
There we go. Okay, so at least it's cool that I'm able to actually now use a different form now if I want. So obviously you need to look around for different ways to get other different forms. Also, one wild seed needs your attention now. Ooh. Also, we got a new row for Naya. Endurance conduit. Bark skins, cooldowns reduced. I'll use that one. Alright, we'll start the next quest later. For now, let's head back to the conservatory. Jarlam, to see the Gardens of Honor wield is an honor indeed. Thank you for nurturing me back to life. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. A cache. A novice's satchel. Ah, fish and such. Now let's take a look at these branches. It looks like yep. So these are the wings that we get for the Night Fae, which are branches. I mean, that's just very fitting, isn't it? Right. Well, now that I've got them,
I have many wares.
gonna go ahead and sell those.
Well, friend of the Grumbles. Smell.
So this means I will, of course, be covering up the Scythe of Elune, unfortunately, but
Farewell, friend of the Grumbles.
I mean, this just fits. Heck, this even fits with this tier 1 set, doesn't it? With all the branches I've got on me. And I've got these branch wings here. Just wait till we get the rest of this set here to go along with it, huh?
A grove in need, spirits who slumber.
And so a god is reborn by the hand of a mortal. They greeted you with gratitude, yes? And perhaps surprise as well.
Fruits of wisdom, right?
Though not yet withered, the conservatory wilts amidst the drought. This grove is not what it once was. As Ward and I bear the twin burdens of guilt and shame, fate saw to this grove's decay, and my failure to prevent it. But fate has also seen to hope in its renewal, hope in you. I beseech you, mortal, to seek out Zehad in the heart of the forest and restore what has been lost. For as the wounded spirits must be reborn, so too must this grove.
Drought and strife sap the grove. Should it flourish, so shall its spirits.
While we work away here in the conservatory, we must not forget to support the rest of the Covenant. I am needed here, but you can range far, even though your legs are short. I'm a Tauren. What do you mean my legs are short? Please, help our Covenant recover the anima we need. I can then dedicate my time to preparing another spirit for you to restore. So we'll be able to get... So we collect anima for the Sanctum. We'll be able to get either a Wild Seed Regrowth with greater Prideful Spirit, greater Dutiful Spirit, a greater Martial Spirit, or a greater Untamed Spirit. Interesting.
Find peace with the leaves on the stream.
Another 1,000 anima, and that's a daily. Upgrade the conservatory to tier 2. What's funny is that getting this tonight is kind of an unfortunate thing because, well, I'm recording this on Monday night. So, you know, tomorrow we're going to get the new weekly quests of, hey, get 1,000 anima, get some souls from the maw. So it would go kind of hand in hand, plus other certain world quests and such pop up that give you more opportunities to get anima. And, well, also, in case you're curious, well, what do I need to upgrade the conservatory to tier 2? Well, let's go take a look. So, in order to upgrade the conservatory, I'm going to need 5,000 anima and 12 of these lost souls from the mall. So, at the moment, all I've got is 300 anima. So, obviously, I have a ways to go before I can do that. But it's not going to be that crucial to the story. It's just kind of something to be able for me to work on. But then again, this is something that's very clearly common amongst all 4 of the features here. So, anyways, just double checking. Okay. So, we will continue with the fate of Erelon when we return. Stay tuned.